Hey, Cham here of InMotion.press, and today I'm gonna make my own Demio review. And Demio is a new webinar platform, and if you have been doing webinars in the past, you might be familiar with platforms like GotoWebinar, Webinar Jam, and a lot of other platforms out there. And so right now, let me just show you what I think about this new platform that we can use to run some webinars. And just a disclaimer, just want to say that even if I'm a professional video creator, I admit that when it comes to webinar, I'm still a total newbie and I'm still starting to do this thing myself. And so I was looking for a great solution to run my webinars. And that's when I found Demio. And so I applied as a beta tester. That's why I'm creating this review even before this webinar platform is released. So let me just say what I think about this platform after trying to run a few webinars. Alright, so first off, as you can see, the look of it is really slick. I like the design. It's so simple and clean. And that's what I usually do whenever I design some graphic materials and even whenever I create some videos. And so, yeah, I just want to mention that I love the design. So as you can see, as soon as you log into the dashboard, this is where you can see. As you can see, there are some notifications here from the developers, and as you can see, Wyatt is saying here that there's this new update that is released. It's about the Demio style registration as well as the replay pages, which is cool. And let me just clear that. There we go. And then here, as you can see, I have my account there. I can always set my profile name, pictures, and all that. And then here, as you can see, I can add a new event. That means when I want to set a new webinar, I can either click this button here or this one. And for now, let me just click this button. Here we go. And then here I can add a webinar title. I can name it whatever I want. Let me just call this Demio Demo, for example. And then here I can also add some webinar tags. And as you can see, it is showing to me some of the webinar tags that I already used in the past. And I can add whatever I want, maybe a webinar, enter, Demio. You can just add any tags that you want to use so that whenever you want to come back and check out your past webinars, you can, classify them according to tags and all that whenever you search your past webinars. And of course, you can also add a description if you say free webinar on how to use Demio, something like that. And then here you can just choose the schedule of your webinar. Just for the sake of this demo, let me just do this, schedule this today. You can choose your time zone and all that. Once you're done, you can just click continue. Here we go. If you're doing a webinar series, you can also do so. You can just add series and do that. You can just set a registrant's choose date or registrants stay registered. You can also choose how often, maybe daily, weekly, or monthly, or you can even do a custom series. Personally, I haven't tried this yet because the past webinars that I tried are just, one-time webinar, but I might try to do this as well in the future. And then here I can customize my registration page by clicking this registration here. I can also choose my integration, and so far I already set up get response, but you can choose from any other various autoresponders that are already set within Demio. And of course you can choose a list, and for now let me just choose anything here. I don't know, maybe this one. And as you can see, I can embed this in my website. I can just click embed and get that URL and paste it in my website if I wanted to. I can also launch editor and check out how my registration page looks like, and as you can see, it's as simple as that. Of course, I can go here and change the logo with whatever logo that I want. Let's say I want to choose this one. Click open. I can also change the name of the webinar. Let's say Demio Demo. I can do that. I can also add a sub headline, free webinar or something. And also I can change the color scheme of the webinar page. I can just go here and then just choose whatever color that I want to use. Let's say I want to use green and match that logo over there, then I can always do that. Alright, and once I'm happy with that, I can just click save. And of course I can always click preview to preview how the registration page looks like. And as you can see, it's so simple, and they promise that they will be adding more features here in the future, like adding some more elements like images and videos. But personally, I still like this simplicity of the registration page. As I said earlier, whenever I create some design and all that, I still wanted a simple and minimalistic look, so I really like the way they designed this one. But of course, adding some more elements like a video is also good, so that if you want to add some introduction to your webinar registration page, then you can always do so as well. And I hope they will already add that very soon. So let's go back and let me show you some other things that you can do. You can also go here to contacts, and as you can see, I have already some contacts of those people who attended my past webinars. I can always search them by name, email, or anything from here, and also I can check them out one by one if I wanted to. I can also go here to recordings and check out the recordings of the webinars that I did in the past. And as you can see, I can always just copy the URL of my past webinar, and let's say I want to share the replay to those who were not able to attend me live during the webinar. I can just copy this URL and send that URL to them for them to watch the replay of my past webinar. And again, let me go back and show you now how you can do a live webinar whenever you wanted to start. So let's say the time has come and I now have to start this webinar. All I have to do is click start, and of course, as you can see, there are no registrants to my webinar because this is just a demo. But let's say some people already registered, then you can just see the number of the registrants from here. Right, so for me to start, let me just click start, and there we go. And as you can see, this is the backstage of Demio platform, and I can always turn on and off my mic from here. If I have a webcam, I can also use my webcam by turning it on from here. I did not plug any webcam in this computer at the moment, so I cannot turn that on, but as you can see, this is where you can do that if you wanted to. I can also check out my settings and choose the microphone that I want to use. Let me choose this one and save settings. And if I also have a webcam, I can always choose it from here, but as I mentioned, I don't have right now, so let me just click save settings. There we go. And then here I can also click the chat box, and I can always chat with my attendees here. I can also go here to chat to the coordinators tab, and if ever I have some coordinators or some team members joining me in the webinar as administrators, I can always chat with them, and this chat will only be seen by coordinators in the webinar, and it will not be seen by the webinar attendees. Also, here in the chat, all the chats are private, so if you reply to a certain person, it's only that person who will check that reply. And at the moment, as they said, there's no public chat yet, but it might be something that they will do in the future as well. Let me just minimize that. There we go. And once I'm ready to start the webinar, I can just click this button here that says Start Webinar. And I can also always share my screen by clicking this Share Screen button here, and then Share Window or Screen, and I can always share the screen that I want to use. For this one, I just want to share my entire screen, so let me just choose that and then click Share. And of course, that's doing some mirror thing there because I'm not yet sharing anything. But let's say I want to share something like I want to go to google.com webinar. Let's say I want to show how to search for a term webinar. As you can see, I'm now sharing this screen. And of course, those who attended my webinar can see anything that I'm showing from here. Right, so let's go back. And of course, as you can see here, I can always go backstage. And let's say I already wanna end the webinar. I can just click Stop Webinar. And let me just click yes. Here we go. And As soon as I do that, Demio will process my webinar and it will be automatically added to my recorded webinars. And by the way, the recording of the webinar is done automatically, so you don't have to worry about your webinar being recorded because Demio is already doing that for you. And here we go. As you can see, the webinar that I just did is now getting processed. But as you can see, here are the past webinars that I did. I can always download the webinar. I can always delete it if I wanted to, or I can always copy the URL and send it to my attendees as well. Let me now go here to my events and show you some other things that you can also check out inside Demio. And let me go to my past events. And let's check out this one, the latest webinar that I just run. Yes, and I can click reports and check out how I did during this webinar. And as you can see, look at that. This is a great graph that shows how attentive my attendees were during the webinar. As you can see, I can see that during the beginning of the webinar, I just got this number of attendees and interactions. And when I continue the webinar, as you can see, the interactions and attendees are now getting lower. Honestly, I did some technical issues here during the webinar, so a lot of them left and said that they will just watch the replay. But as you can see, here's a graph showing to you how you did during the webinar, so you can always check it out and improve your next webinar. And in my case, I realized that I have some technical issues causing my attendees to leave, so next time I have to make sure that I prepare everything. I have my microphone is ready and all things are good so that they will not leave my webinar. I can also check the attendees and even view their chat messages. I can also go here to chat and I can see what they were saying during the webinar. And as you can see, some were asking me to share my screen because they can hear me okay, but they cannot see my screen and all that. And let's say, for example, I missed to reply to some of the questions, then I can always do them here. There we go. And yep, basically that's how to run a webinar inside Demio. And as you can see, it's so simple. I really like the way they designed the platform, and even if I ran into some issues during my past webinars, I still love this platform because, well, it's easy to use and I just love the design of the platform. One more thing that I want to point out is that they really have a good support. To be honest, when I first tried this platform in a real webinar, I really ran into a into a big technical problem where for some reason, even if my microphone was turned on and all that, my attendees cannot hear me. And so I just went here and did some conversations with the developers who are Wyatt and David here was really helpful. We found out that there was some issue with Google Chrome, and so I just cleared my cookie and all that, and after that everything is now good. So I really like their support. I really hate it when you go to the support of some of the websites out there. You have to submit a ticket and wait for a week, and then your issue is still not getting resolved and all that, which are really frustrating in other websites. But with Demio, their support is really great. They reply to your message right away and really do everything they can to resolve your problem, which they really did to me. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really recommending Demio. So yep, if you find that Demio is a webinar platform that you want to try and you want to grab as well, then you can do so through my affiliate link that you can see below this video. And if you purchase Demio through my link, I have an awesome bonus for you, and my bonus is a set of high quality PowerPoint template that you can use in your webinars. And we all know that whenever we run some webinars, we usually do presentations, and sometimes it's really hard to design the presentation for them to really look good for our attendees. And I'm a video creator and a graphic designer, so I already prepared some templates that you can easily use. All you have to do is plug it in, add your logo, change your title and content and all that, so that you can easily prepare your webinars using my PowerPoint templates. So yep, that's it for my Demio review. So just go ahead and grab this platform. so that you can avail of my awesome bonuses as well. And thanks a lot for watching my Demio review, and I look forward to seeing you using this platform as well. So my name is Cham, and thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.